Is the housing bubble of '08 and '09 at all reflective of what's taking place in 2021? Stick around if you want to know. Afternoon, this is Martin Taggart with Team Real Estate and my buddy Justin Rabin. Fountain Mortgage prints his own money. His money could be your money. So one of the questions that we're often asked from the money side and the real estate side is there going to be a housing bubble or are we in one? And when the foreclosures happen, can I buy a cheap house then? Is that a good one?
That's a great one.
So when you hear that question, what do you immediately think of?
Well, what I immediately think of when I get this question, it's basically, do I think that the housing values, as of today, will they start declining because there's a higher number of foreclosures out there? So it's a great question. Me personally, I'll let you get it. I think you'll have some good opinions on this. I don't think that that's going to happen. I think there's been a lot of good protections put into place with the forbearance rules that took place during COVID. Me personally, I haven't seen or heard from many past clients or whatnot about how they're having a hard time making payments or they're going to be facing foreclosure. The forbearance on mortgage payments really helped out with that. So
yep.
I don't think, now that's starting to come to an end. They're starting to end that, but people are also going back to work. So
exactly right.
It's all good things. People can continue to make their mortgage payments, make them on time. That's why I don't see that we're going to have that some big foreclosure boom in the near future. And in fact, if you look at the stats that come out, foreclosures, the rate of them, they've either stayed basically about the same, kind of a good average, or they've declined. So if, I guess, long story short, if you're kind of on the fence and you're waiting for that to happen and home values to start going down so you can maybe get a better deal on a home, I don't see it.
So 30 seconds of a quick history lesson, because Justin is exactly right. In '08 and '09, lenders were allowed to sell products that frankly did not help the consumer. So there were negative amortization loans, which basically meant that you were selling somebody a loan that essentially was interest only. That's the only way to explain it. Then there were stated interest only loans where all you had to do was show up and tell Justin that you made $200,000 a year. And if you had a couple of bank statements, he would say sure. And those were actual products that were sold. Then there were straight stated income, unrelated to anything else, where again, you show up and you tell Justin that you made $200,000 a year and he would qualify you for a loan. Shocking to believe that those things existed at that point, but that's not what's taking place today. In '08 and '09, there was a false bubble, not of housing sales, but of people that could qualify for a home loan, which resulted in the housing bubble. Today, we have an honest to goodness, huge group of people, millennials, Gen Xers, downsizers, and boomers, that are all qualified, well qualified to buy homes. And that's using traditional mortgage products, right? So nothing risky in those mortgage products. What we have is a shortage of homes for sale. Now, it's been bandied about that some of that shortage, it has to do with pending foreclosures. Not exactly true. The numbers don't bear that out. And I do believe that mortgage companies are going to do whatever they can, working in conjunction with Congress, to make sure that people who are qualified can stay in their homes. Now, something else to consider. We're approached all the time with people who ask one of the two of us, if they can purchase a foreclosure home. That's what they want because they're going to get a deal on a foreclosure. I want you to think about this as a consumer with your heart. If you were told that you weren't going to be able to stay in your home, if foreclosure, the process had already been started with you and you knew you were going to court and had to be out, how much money would you invest in routine home maintenance? How much money would you invest in carpet cleaning? How much money would you invest in cleaning out your gutters to protect your roof and your foundation? Would you buy new filters for your furnace? How much money would you invest in the care and upkeep of your home? And the answer is,
I'm guessing not much.
None. Yeah, so when you come to us and say you want to buy an inexpensive foreclosure, let's say that would occur, right? Number one, banks sell foreclosures at fair market value. That's number one. Number two, if the property is damaged in any way and would require a discount, there's a pretty good chance that his company and any mortgage company will not loan to you for that. So to give an example, one of the things that has to be operational in any home to get a loan is a bathroom. If you don't have a single operational bathroom, there will be no home sale. A hole in a roof, a foundation that's obviously leaking dirt or substrate through cracks in the walls. These things would prevent, most of the times, a normal mortgage from being delivered.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, Justin, what do you think? I mean, you get asked these questions all the time as well. Throw in your 2 cents worth.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. You know, if you look at it, that if you feel that you're getting value on a foreclosure, you know, you're buying at a lower price, but then think of all the things that might be coming after that, right? So, like Martin just mentioned, there's been zero care given to that home because it's owned by a bank in most cases.
Yep.
Not owned by someone that cares for the home because the bank doesn't. And on their books, it's an asset, right? Just get ready to sell off. So there's been nothing done, So I mean, yeah, think about there could be a pipe that bursts, or I mean, there could be very large expenses associated with that home when you do buy it. So at the end of the day, when you look at it, you might be buying it up front originally for a lower price, but then the amount that you start putting into that home afterwards, you could be losing money when you could have bought a home from someone that's a private seller that maintains that home very good, and it's just in overall good shape.
So I guess to kind of summarize this a little bit, the velocity of price increase had nothing to do with COVID, with one exception, and that is we saw people moving from the urban core to the suburbs. The velocity in price has happened because we have so many more people competing for homes. And frankly, homes just aren't being built fast enough in the price range that most consumers are buying them in for that to be an effective way to offset the larger number of demand.
Absolutely.
So anyhow, have a fantastic Friday.
Thanks for watching.
And remember, life is better than the team, with the pro tip being he prints his own money. Have a good day.